Hare Krishna, everyone. Welcome to my channel again today. So today I'm going to share about. Uh, yes, sorry. My name is Radhika Piyari. If you are new to this channel, I share your spiritual stuff, and if you already are practitioner of Bhakti Yoga, then you will be aware of this path. So today I'm going to share about the glories of Kamika Ekadashi. I had shared about last time about the glories of Ashadi Ekadashi. So today's session will be in English because many of the people who do not understand Hindi, so I keep like one session in Hindi, one session in English, and I'm getting that kind of feedbacks. So first I'll offer my prayers, and then we will start with the merits one achieves when one follows this fasting. Okay, so Yudhishthir Maharaj, he asks Lord Shri Krishna that, my Lord, you have already explained to me the glories of Devshayani Ekadashi, which appears during the light fortnight, means Shukla Paksha, uh, during the month of Ashada. Now, please explain to me about the glories of this Ekadashi, which appears during the dark fortnight. Dark fortnight means Krishna Paksha. The time of Krishna Paksha means when the moon goes towards the new moon, means Amavasya. Okay, which appears in the month of Shravana. This is the month of Shravana, July, August. So please explain to me the glories of this Ekadashi. So Lord Shri Krishna tells to Yudhishthir Maharaj that this same topic was discussed between Narad Muni and Lord Brahma. And during this time, Lord Shri Narad Muni, he asks Lord Brahma that what is this Ekadashi which appears during the dark fortnight of the month of Shukla Paksha, Krishna Paksha, and what all things one must do on this Ekadashi, and who is the worshipable deity to be followed. So Lord, and he also glorifies Lord Brahma, saying that how he's sitting on a throne of lotus. So please tell me about the glories of this Ekadashi. So Lord Brahmaji, he says, he starts talking about the glories of this Ekadashi, and he says that this Ekadashi is perfect for those people who have fear of their past sinful activities. This Ekadashi is very good for all of the humanity, but because it helps an individual to get rid of all their sinful acts from their past and their present, and also protect them from committing future sins. So he explains, Lord Brahma explains that anyone simply who hears this glories of this Ekadashi, what happens is that they derive benefit or merits from it, which is equal to performing a Ashwamedh Yajna. Ashwamedh Yajna means horse sacrifice. So that is one of the benefits simply by hearing about the glories of Kamika Ekadashi. Now he says that he explains that Sri Narada actually it is very one derives a lot of blessings by worshipping Lord Vasudev in his four-armed form, which is the Gadadhar form, holding the disc, club, lotus, and disc, club, lotus, and conch shell. He is also known as Sridhar, he is also known as Madhusudana, he is also known as Madhava. So this particular form, when one worships, it's it has a lot of blessings. But when one worships Lord Vasudeva exclusively with a lot of devotion, then it is even greater than going and bathing in the Ganga at Kashi, Varanasi, or at uh, Pushkar, or at the forest of Naimisharanya first, and or at Pushkar, where I am personally or formally worshipped. Then he mentions, but when one fast on this Ekadashi along with worshipping Lord Shri Krishna, then that person actually derives more benefit, more than going and taking darshan of Lord Kedarnath in the Himalayas, or taking bath at Kurukshetra during the solar eclipse, or even donating the whole earth along with the oceans, forest, and everything. Then he mentioned that fasting on this Ekadashi is like donating a milk cow. Along milk cow means the cow which gives milk along with its calf. So that is the benefit it actually talks about. And then Brahmaji says that Lord Sridhar Dev is the deity which has to be worshipped during this Ekadashi. Even the demigods are very, very much pleased, and they praise demigods and all the denizens, like not just the demigods but also the Gandharvas and all other Panamas and all these other spiritual heavenly beings. They actually praise the individual. Then it is mentioned that Lord Brahmaji says that Lord Sri Krishna himself talks about this particular Ekadashi, the glories of this Ekadashi, and he mentions that how Lord Krishna, Lord Hari, Sri Hari, actually mentions that one who fasts on this Kamika Ekadashi, they derive more benefit than reading spiritual literatures. That's something when I was hearing about it, it was like so amazing that when one who fast very enthusiastically and devotedly on this Ekadashi, then they get the more benefit through this. Then he mentions about there are some very interesting points he mentions about. Um, what was there? Um, yeah, he also mentions about how yogis in the past, they have actually fasted on this Ekadashi and they have gone to the spiritual world. Anyone who fasts on this Ekadashi and also remains awake during the night, they do not have to fear the anger of Yamraj, because this Ekadashi is known to remove the implications of any sinful activities or sinful deeds which one did in their past life. So that is one of the merits one achieves. Now, one should follow in the footsteps of this yogis in the past who followed this Ekadashi and went to the spiritual world. And following these auspicious footsteps, one should go ahead. Now, there is a mention that Sri Hari also mentions that on this particular Ekadashi, it's very important and it's very auspicious to offer a tulsi leaf to Lord Hari. So when one offers tulsi leaf on this particular Ekadashi, then it is equivalent to what you call giving around 200 grams of gold plus 800 grams of silver. Lord Hari is very, very much pleased when one offers a tulsi leaf as compared to offering any kind of valuable jewels like diamond, gold, ruby, or any topaz or anything. He's just very much pleased with getting offered a tulsi leaf. Then on this particular day, it is mentioned that Chitra, no, not Chitra, actually, that we'll talk about that later, but it's also mentioned that if one offers manjari buds, like fresh manjari buds which are on tulsi leaf, so if that is offered on this day, particular day, then the person in their previous lifetimes or in this current lifetimes, whatever sinful activities they have done, that gets completely eradicated from the person's life. It's amazing hearing about that any kind of sins, like kind of that has been done, then that gets removed. Now, seeing Tulsi Devi, like taking darshana of Tulsi Devi, or touching her, praying before her, uh, that particular day or that particular activity on this Ekadashi removes any kind of disease from that person's body, any kind of diseases they have or anything. If one waters Tulsi Devi, then they do not have to fear from Yamraj. If someone transplants Tulsi Devi on this particular Ekadashi from one soil to another, then they will eventually go and reside into the spiritual world with Lord Shri Vishnu. So these were the different things. Then it is mentioned that Chitragut, who is the secretary of Yamraj, he actually cannot uh, actually write down, like cannot calculate the merits one gets after they actually what it is mentioned is that the merits one gets after they offer a ghee lamp to Tulsi Devi on this particular day. So a pure ghee lamp if someone offers, so that is the kind of merit one gets. And just a minute, yeah. And then it is also mentioned that if someone offers a ghee lamp to Lord Shri Hari or Sridhar Dev, keeping meditating on Sridhar Dev on this particular day, and if their forefathers are suffering in the hellish planets or any kind of activities, like they're suffering a lot, then they also get relief from that suffering. They go to the heavenly planets and they actually uh, drink the nectar of the heavenly planets, the somras, what they call it. And then after that, it is mentioned that if someone offers sesame, like pure sesame oil, on this particular day to Lord Shri Hari, then what happens is that that person uh, gets purified completely, and after this life they go to the Surya Loka, and their effulgence is 10 million times like more than that lamp which has been offered. And even if a person who doesn't fast on this Ekadashi, but they actually follow these, maintain these activities like offering ghee lamp or offering tulsi leaf or offering water or anything, they, along with their forefathers, go to the heavenly planets. So that was the discussion which happens between Narad Muniji and Lord Sri Brahma. And then he also mentions that Krishna then mentions to Yudhishthira Maharaj that anyone who fasts on this Kamika Ekadashi, they are actually forgiven if they have committed any sin of killing a child in the womb, which is called abortion, and also if they have killed a Brahmana. So suppose if someone has killed a Brahmana, or someone, if they have killed a cow, and if they perform this Ekadashi, then that particular sin is been removed completely. Now, there is a disclaimer about it also mentioned in this Ekadashi, that that doesn't mean that someone will commit sinful activity and after knowing about this and then they will go and commit this thing. That is not allowed. That's completely abominable. That is what is mentioned. So fasting on this Ekadashi, these are the certain merits. One, it's like kind of, getting these merits are like a byproduct of when we perform a particular Ekadashi very devotedly. But as aspiring Vaishnavas, I think it is very much important that we keep aside this merits, uh, not think about it in that manner, but knowing it is good. But our aim should be actually to please Lord Hari, because in this particular Ekadashi's glories, I loved one thing, which was offering the Tulsi leaf. When one offers the Tulsi leaf, it pleases Lord Hari a lot. So just imagine how, how simple this entire process is, that even if you are not wealthy, you cannot offer like big things, but if you offer a tulsi leaf, which is also a devotee of Bhagwan Krishna, then it actually pleases the Lord a lot. So our aim on Ekadashi as aspiring sadhakas is to actually reduce the demands of the body, which is physically also, but at the same time we have to internally spiritualize our consciousness very much. So reading a lot, this is what I always tell. Even on my cooking channel I always mention this particular thing, that even if you're not able to like fast like very strictly on Ekadashi, but you should at least try. If you can eat, if you have to eat, then eat and then chant more rounds. Like every day if you chant 16 rounds, then chant 25 rounds on that day, or more than 25 rounds. And also read more, hear more, because Ekadashi's purpose is to please Krishna. And how is Krishna pleased? When we give attention to him. That's how Krishna is pleased. We have to give attention to Krishna. We have to think about him more, and we have to remember him more. And that's done when we are connecting with him through these sources. So Ekadashi is one of our means to actually kind of an opportunity to actually remember Krishna like that. So I hope it's clear with respect to. I'm getting some messages. Yeah, so I hope the glories of Kamika Ekadashi is completely clear. Oh, yeah, one more thing I wanted to mention about Ekadashi is that kind of it is scientifically proved that one who follows Ekadashi very strictly, I do that sometimes, even though I'm like a lactating mother, but still I do that sometimes. So if uh, a practitioner, if they are fasting like completely, suppose they are only on fruits, like one time eating fruits, or completely on water, it also this fast actually helps with I think reducing the cancer effects and all. That person remains healthy. Just do try it. It's a very nice detox if you want to really try this. Like if someone wants to detox, they should actually detox on Ekadashi like that. So yes, I shared everything with respect to the glories of Kamika Ekadashi. Very important Ekadashi if someone really wants to get rid of their past sinful activities and the current tendencies. And anyone who has fear of what they have done in the past, then this Ekadashi is really very much beneficial. So I'll wait for 1-2 minutes, and I'll see if there are any questions or anything regarding it. And then if there are no questions or anything, then I will sign out. I don't know if I came in too early today for speaking about this, but I was not able to figure out the time. Today Surya Dev is right on the face, or I'm sitting just here. So I'll just wait for 1 minute and then check. No. Okay, so I think there are not much questions from anyone, and this. Okay, so I'm going to sign out now. Do take care of yourself, and I will be coming back for coming back live with some nice pastimes and some learnings about it. So I already see 3 people joined, but I'm planning to sign out. If anyone has any questions, then they can write right away, or I'll just sign out now. Okay then, Hare Krishna. Take care.